Got 2 people. It is Friday evening, and there's some things I'd like to talk to you guys about. Can you hear me okay? We all good? Somebody send me a comment if we're good. Hello. Hit the thumbs up if we're good. How about that? You can hear me? Hit the thumbs up. Send me a comment. Maybe I'll send it to you on this. All right, I got 2 thumbs up. I'm going for it. Loud and clear. All right. Hey, here's the deal. I noticed something at work. I've been noticing it for a while. I'm going to start from the beginning. So we trade our time for money, okay? And, I've been hooking up these Haynesville Shale gas wells for about 15 years. I got out of it. The money's so good, I went back in it. And thanks, Jay. But here's the deal. I'm noticing a lot of companies are starting to raise their rates. See, these business owners, they're not, they're watching their bottom line. The good ones are, and if they don't, they're not going to have one for very long. And I'm noticing a lot of them are raising their rates, and they're making, more money off the jobs, and they're not bringing their employees up with them. Now that doesn't. Iron worker. That was my first welding job with iron workers. Anyway, they're not bringing their employees up with them. And I really hate that. That to me is, I'll never be that way. I'll never understand that. Some of the richest people I know are like that. They pay their people just enough to scratch by. They give them enough rope to hang themselves. And you combine that with poor spending habits and they're a slave. So, that's what we don't want. But so it's been strange this week. I've been having to work some long hours, and everything I'm buying is going up. Those welding rods you see me weld with, the big ones are 75 cents a piece. Now, that's crazy. I mean, I'm putting a lot of money in one of those welds, and when you say that to somebody, it kind of resonates with them a little bit, because that's what you got to do. You got to bring proof. Before you go and just ask for a raise or, hey, I'm raising my rates or else, what I did, I had a while to think about it. I brought as much value as possible. You're only worth the value you bring. So I brought as much value as possible. And then I said, look, this is what I'm doing, and this is what it takes. And they really don't have a leg to stand on. My company they're good people, they weren't getting raises and didn't have you had to front your material costs? Your employer doesn't pay. I supply the consumables, the truck, the everything, the fuel, everything. I'm just a one-man show. I show up and hook up the well. Now, but everything's going up. Grinding disc. A wire wheel, one of those wire wheels, is like $30. Welding rods, all that stuff's going up. So I said, look, here's the receipts, here's everything. But before I did that, here's what I want. I'm getting off. I'm easily thrown off, so I'm sorry. Before I did that, I got the gas company allowed us to go up on their rates. So I brought value to them first. That's the best way to do it. If you can bring value to them first, they don't have a problem giving you a raise. That's the caveat. What I do have a problem with is people not paying their employees that are working hard for them. And I'm going to tell you, you guys that are bringing value every day, you show up, you're honest, you're hardworking, you have integrity, you take pride in your work, you've got them over a barrel. You can name your price. Right now, I mean truck drivers, electricians, all you guys, you can really, really name your price right now because good workers are hard to find. If you tried to find a welder helper lately, it's ridiculous. It's not easy. I love mine. He's like a family member to me, and he's been with me 8 years. You've seen him on my videos, Jose. We work together every day. When you work with somebody every day for 12 hours a day, I mean, you really get to know that person. And he puts up with me, and we have a really good relationship. But I'm getting way off topic. But while I'm off topic, this stuff, if you can see, that stuff's getting hard to find. It's getting hard to source. I got some thumbs up with that. Thanks, guys. 5x5. Mike Isa. Hey, brother. The silver is getting hard to source. I heard that from a massive bullion dealer. Their supply's running low. I'm guessing that's going to make the price go up, but man, I'm awful with that. I know it's going to go up eventually, but my timing's always off. The cups, all you guys that got a financial fitness cup coming, these really are bad to the bone. They're $38 plus shipping. And I might can do it for less. I don't really know. I know I got to have $38, and that's not really making any money off of it. My mother engraves the front. But you guys that have bought one, go to the description after, I don't know, I guess, I don't know if I can put a description in this or not, but when I get done, I'll put it in the description. It's a live stream, it's different. I got Zelle and I've got Venmo set up. So you can pay through there and I'll get you a cup. And there was something else. I don't remember. Oh, my walkie-talkie. For you guys that saw that video, this is a ham radio. I don't know if I said that in the video, but it is, I think it's how we're going to communicate in the Thunderdome. And I'm going to come up with a frequency to where if something does happen, and I know this one won't reach very far, it's pretty small, I'm going to get a big one. But that'd be really nice in a grid down situation where we could have our radio handy and we could at least, I'm hoping somebody could touch base and then somebody could relay that message and, you know, skip around all over the U.S. Because there's a cyber attack coming. They've already promised us to it. I'm out of commission when it comes to work. Just tested positive. Oh no, tested positive for COVID. Get some Faraday bags to put them in. That's a great point. I didn't even think about that, Neil. That's a great point. I didn't even think about a Faraday bag. Can you make your own? Maybe so. Silver, walkie-talkie. Ask me a question. Tin foil. I put that in my hat. I lined the inside of my hat with tin foil. Speaking of tin foil hat time, did y'all hear the president? He came out and said, oh, you can make your own out of tin foil. The president came out and said, there's going to be a new world order. That is the craziest thing I think I've heard in my lifetime. I learned about that a long time ago, and if I was old-fashioned tube radios, hey, Charger Mopar, you're an interesting guy. I'd like to meet you one day. Let's see. Yeah, I'll make my own. What else was it? There's some other. See, I'm getting thrown off, guys. I'm not very good at this. Anyway, there was see, I want to tell you about chicken food. Oh, the president. Yeah, that's right. The president has come out and said what he said about that, and then he talked about the food shortage. When I said there's going to be a food shortage, I got called all kind of crazy. You're just a fear monger. There's no food shortage. Hey, Brooklyn. The food shortage is so real, President Joe Biden is talking about it on the news. And when that happens, it's too late. And I know all you guys that are commenting are already prepped up and ready to go. I was at the feed store today on the way home, and fertilizer was $34 a bag, I think. And chicken food was like 15 or 16 bucks a bag. The highest price I saw that was in the stratosphere was weed killer. I know a lot of you guys don't like that stuff, but some of us have to use it. And it went from a $65 to $135. Whether we like it or not, or you like it or what, that revolutionized growing crops. I mean, that was a really, really big deal. It's getting outrageous. I use food scraps and shovel-based fertilizer out here. Well, I do too, Neil. I use chicken fertilizer, but I only have 28 chickens and my garden's like 100 by 100. She uses pine shavings. Hey, Stacey, that's my wife. My garden's only 100 by 100. Looks like the market is back to a bull market, even though 10 years going up by a little, almost 2.5. None of this makes sense. No, it really doesn't. I mean, it's all, whole corn is $15 a bag, and it smells stale when you buy it. Yeah, it was 12 here, Charger, Mopar. Compost in your coop, chickens love the bugs. I haven't heard that. Have rabbits good for poop fertilizer. I know rabbits are supposed to be like the ultimate. Someone from Romania dissolved the chicken manure in water and then you can spread it out easier. I've been wanting to do that. They call that compost tea. And I've got a big container ready to do that, but I don't know enough about it. Compost wood chips and urine. That is interesting. I'm just going to read you guys' comments. Your premiums are nuts right now. I know, Mike, and they're not going to get any better. Silver's going down and the premiums are going up and we're running out of supply. It's so strange. I think we're this far from silver breaking out. What we've been running to, Jay says, what we've been running into at work is new employees are getting hired in just a few dollars less than people as being there 6 and 10 years and with a sign-in bonus. Man, that sucks, dude. I'm sorry, Jay. See, I don't know what to do in that. If you're going to do, what would be the best thing to do there? Have you talked to them about it? I mean, have they raised their rates? Are they able to raise their rates, or is it a dying company? Is inflation going to eat them up? You know what I mean? Same for rabbit poop. Actually save some older fruit trees. Rabbit poop is supposed to be ready to go in the ground. You don't have to let it cool off or nothing. Overwinter crop and fava beans. And add nitroids to the soil, and it is food. Neil, you should start a YouTube channel. You and Charger Mopar. Softwood pellets work okay in a pinch. Lay it down and add water. Watch it expand. It will expand too. I have a pellet stove and I got a bag wet and it'll fill up the back of your truck. Three Boys B says, I bought local wood and made bee boxes. Honey money. I like that. That's awesome. Good evening, fam. Hey, Doopsie Daisy. S2 Underground has been good video. Advanced comms. Take your setup to the next level. Mesh network would be cool to cover the whole country. Yeah, this isn't much of a setup, my Bofang. Advanced comms. I'll check that out. Actually, I wonder if I can screenshot that. All right, I screenshot it. I'll check that out. I use alfalfa cubes. They break down and draw in the worms. I'm going to do that as well. I think my wife needs to be, I'm going to take a picture of that. Making blogs. Making biogas leaves great fertilizer. Do you have your own farm? Uh-oh. Do you have your own farm? If so, do you sell it or just for self-sustainability? Yeah, my garden's 80 by 80. It's really nothing to sell. I just do it for my family. We enjoy it. My wife loves it. And that's it, really. It's self-sustainability. We do a lot of canning. We do a lot of everything. Everything you can do out of a garden. It keeps us extremely busy. It all comes off at once. I'm learning how to stagger plant, plant one row and then plant the other row 2 weeks later so they don't come off at the same time because it really eats us up. What is your largest crop this year? I'm going to say peas and potatoes. I think we're going to do 2 rows of tomatoes this year. I'm going to do a lot of potatoes because you can feed a lot of people with tomatoes. And that's probably it. And we do a lot of butternut squash and spaghetti squash as well. It's not really calorie dense. There's not a whole lot of nutrition in it. We do lettuces. That's really about it. Cucumbers. We do some fun stuff, but I'm really going to try to hammer up the peas and potatoes this year to get some good carbs. Well, guys, I feel like I have rambled enough. If you want to visit some more, shoot me a comment. The cups, you can pay for the cups in the description. And I got to clean up my memory in my phone because I can't edit videos anymore. I'm having to go live. But look, you guys have an awesome, awesome day. And I will see you. Any cattle? No, I don't have any cattle. We got chickens and that's it. Oh, there's more. Take a 55-gallon drum, wrap it with rabbit wire, take the drum out, fill the wire with 6 inches of hay, then 6 inches of dirt. Put potatoes in the dirt, part and grow vertically. Yes, I could do that. I've heard of that. My mother does that actually. 5 by 25 foot row of potatoes. Look into heirloom corn. Nixtamalizon. I don't know what that is, but I will screenshot it and look it up. Thank you. Thank you, Sam. Very grateful. I like that. Thanks, man. Thank you, Gary Walsh. You guys are awesome. It's the best part of this whole deal. I was telling a guy that today he was just buying some silver. And we were talking about gold and silver, and he's a subscriber and he watches my videos, like my welds too. Thanks, man. And he said, thanks for what you do. It's like, man, it was hard at first, but when you realize you're helping people, it's awesome. When you're getting people into hard money, this stuff, it's, you're doing them right, Thanks, Doopsie Daisy. But I look forward to your comment. Everybody that leaves comments, I always look forward to them. I try to get to every one of them. Sometimes I'm so busy I miss some, and I'm sorry for that. But they're all important, and I try to catch every one of them. And as the channel grows, it's going to get a little harder, so don't get upset if I don't get to each one. That's it. Don't forget, Joe Biden is calling for food shortages. And it's going to be a global thing. As the Great Reset gets here and the New World Order, we've been told these things. And it's all starting to kind of come together. And now it's just it's starting to head up. I really think we're about right there. We're, that S curve, we're right there. All of our goods are going up one after the other, faster and faster. And that's what happens 90% of the moves in the last 10% of the time. Check the dates on the canned foods. I just ordered a Monster Box. I'll get my next from you. Thanks, Knockout Business. I hope you do, man. I'll sure get it for you. I bet I can beat their price, whoever you got it from. Our property is so hilly, practically everything grows vertically. Can't grow any silver here, but I would trade you some honey. Okay, I'll take honey. Yeah, sweet knockout. That is awesome. Monster box. You know, I knew a guy that the best investor I've ever met, or one of them, and y'all know him too, bought a monster box at $50 an ounce. But he will be rewarded. He's not wrong. He's just early. Uh-oh. What happened? The Indians use nixtamalizine by soaking corn in wood ash to make the nutrients more bioavailable. Prepper, huh? I didn't know that. I took a screenshot of it, and I will look into it. I hope you guys have an awesome, awesome evening. That's it, man. I'll see you in the morning. You guys are great. I can't ever figure out how to turn this damn thing off. Turn it off.